recorded live at 4ZZZ Studios, Meanjin, Brisbane.
On 102.1 FM.
And broadcast across Australia on the Community Radio Network.
You're listening to Zed Games.
Zed Games brings you the best in gaming news, reviews, community and culture. Want to reach out?
Share your hot take?
Or do you just want to share your favourite game?
Find us on socials at Zed Games AU.
You are listening to Zed Games.
Zed Games.
Zed Games.
I am your host, Paul, and joining me are
Zahra
and
Peter,
who are two people who are in the studio with me today. And we will be talking about all manner of things. This isn't the first episode of the year, but it is my first episode of the year.
Welcome to the new year, Paul.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm feeling good. I bought way too many games at Christmas.
Nah, never. No such thing.
That isn't a thing that exists.
I pretty much looked at all the games I wanted to play last year, and I just put them all on a list, and then I got really tired and I hit the buy button. So that actually will probably cover my reviews until the Switch 2 comes out at least. And when will that be?
I think it's meant to be this
Moments
year-ish.
At the moment, well, I mean, we're not into news, but there are so many leaks of the Switch 2. Like, you can see almost everything about it. But it also doesn't matter because it's an upgraded Switch. So looking at it, like, the controller's attached differently. That's cool. There's a few little things, but otherwise it's just a Switch.
It's just a Switch.
And so, like, how it's actually going to run things and what it's going to run. That's really... So, at least from the insider stuff, they're like, yeah, Nintendo's not going to respond to the rumors at all. Or the leaks, not rumors, because it's just there.
We're just like kind of like, oh, what if it has like a jet mode or something? It's just... What feature do you think that the Steam 2 that the Switch 2 would have?
Okay, the one rumor which I knew was immediately bullshit, but I liked it because they're talking about the controllers attaching differently, and then someone said having different attachment points, and one of them having it so you could rotate it so it's in Tate mode, which is when it's vertical. But that wasn't the one that excited me. The one that excited me was having one at the bottom forward, so it was like an N64 grip. Like, I did, I only liked it because I like it, not because it had any basis in any sort of reality.
It's not exactly practical or anything,
No,
but like it would be fun.
But you know what? You could build a shell that did it. I mean, I already have a shell that lets me play, because there's a few pinball games and Downwell, especially in Tate mode. Yeah. Well, some people call it Tate mode. I've never checked which one it is. One of the two. Anyway, since we're talking newsy stuff anyway, should we perhaps talk some news?
I guess we should.
Yes, beautiful. Okay, first we're just going to talk about a little bit of VR. So, rumors have been coming out that the Apple Vision Pro is winding down its production, which isn't overly shocking. It's not being cancelled or anything, but basically they're saying that they've got enough stock to last out the rest of the lifetime of it at this point, which, considering the speed of its sales, sounds pretty reasonable to me.
They've got like 3 in stock out the back.
Yeah. Like, I know 2 people that own them. One of them because it's their job, and one of them because they're crazy. Sounds
like their customer base.
Yeah, and this is speaking of someone that's quite invested in the VR industry. Nobody else is interested.
It is a very niche market for what they were trying to make.
Yeah, well, especially when your competition, which in many ways is better, like there's still, a few pros and cons either way, when your competition is like not fifth, like a 20th of the price. Yeah. So hard to compete with that really, but it's Apple. They didn't care.
No, they don't. They tried their Apple method of overpricing everything for. Yeah.
And speaking of Meta stuff, also the Meta Quest Pro, which was before which was the first AR goggles that were focused more at commercial level, they have discontinued that because it really just. The Quest 3 is better.
Yeah.
And much, much cheaper.
Yep. And if you can't go for a Quest 3, you might as well go for the Quest 2 if you want something a little cheaper. Yeah.
Well, because the Quest... and they've also got the Quest 3S now as well, which is basically the Quest 3's guts in the Quest 2's body.
Oh.
Yeah, so little Frankenstein. Yeah, so it doesn't have the same lenses, basically. Okay. So it brings down the cost a little bit. But, VR. It's everywhere now, and by everywhere I mean incredible niche. Where
it's still fun to play it occasionally, sort of idea, but it's not something I'm pulling out every day.
I did grab like the Britney Spears album over the holidays because I thought that would be super festive.
Is there a VR Britney Spears album?
No, for Beat Saber. I meant, my God, I would love a VR experience where you play as Britney Spears.
I love an interactive album experience, so I was suddenly very excited.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to like mislead you there for a moment.
I have to go back to Radiohead. Anyway, moving on, we're just talking about a few portable gaming things. Sort of the biggest thing here is that Steam OS is now officially, as we were all expecting to, coming to other machines outside of the Steam Deck.
Yay!
So the first one of those is the Lenovo Legion Go S, which you'll be able to get on Steam OS, and I think you can just get a Windows variant.
Yeah.
I think that's out before it as well. Yeah, so it's nice to see that coming out, because that OS is like the game changer. We were just talking in the break that there is like one or two of the Assassin's Creed games are now completely broken on Windows 11, yet they run on the Linux-based Steam OS fine. So sometimes the emulation is now better than the real deal.
There's a bit of like witchcraft happening there, but
it's wonderful. So often if someone sends me like a pre-release build or something, I'll just say, "Have you tested it, Steam Deck?" Like, "Oh no, we don't know anyone with one." I go, "Okay. Well, just so you know, it runs absolutely perfectly. Just let you know." And they're like, "Thanks."
You're like the Steam Deck checker, just kind of like, "Hey, thumbs
QA
up."
test.
I've like had two games that I can't run on it that I've tried. One just a very old FMV PC game, which I bet I could if I played around with it.
Yeah.
And one that was just because I didn't realize you basically needed a whole run of keyboard to play, and I just couldn't make the controls work. So it ran it fine. You just probably need a
controls.
Yeah.
I tried to do like on-screen touch things and everything, and it's flexible, but not quite that flexible.
So just need a Bluetooth keyboard or something for it then.
Yes. Otherwise, Epic has announced their new catchphrase, "Launch everywhere with Epic," which is just basically if you are a developer launching with Epic on all their platforms, you can get sort of cut in the royalties you give them down to 3.5% from 5%. So really low. As long as you're just not on any platforms that they support, that you're not also on Epic. So you can still sell on any other store, but if you're just on a platform like Android or iOS or anything, you also must release on the Epic platform, and it saves you 1.5% of sales. So hard to go. Okay, we've got a little bit of movie news. Sonic 3 came out.
It did.
It did.
Freaks all over the world saw it. Pulling in, it says pulling in over 300 million, but I bet that's not even close to what it's currently at.
Probably not.
But the franchise is over $1 billion now, and they've announced that Sonic 4 is in development and is due 2027. Are there any other adorable things that could be murdered in this one, Zahra, as the lore?
There is always potential for another murder.
Has Big the Cat been in anything yet?
Big the Cat has not been in anything yet, and I'm really actually kind of upset about it, because I was really hoping
you're a real Sonic pervert.
Yes, one might call me a Sonic pervert.
I mean, I would, because I'm a terrible person. Can you? I forget exactly Big's. Just how does he sound calling out Froggy?
Froggy.
That sound. That's tricky something in my head.
Just wanted him, and it's just somewhere. Just wanted him fishing. It's my favorite.
And on the Sony side of the news, they have the Horizon Zero Dawn film that sort of fell apart with Columbia. That's now back. That's now sort of back in development. And then we've got the Ghost of Tsushima coming out, and I think those are both probably pretty viable things. They also announced that they're making a Helldivers 2 movie.
Why is it specifically a Helldivers 2?
Well, that would make me laugh.
Not just a Helldivers franchise movie.
If it's Helldivers 2, that would make me laugh more. But we already have that movie. It's called Starship Troopers.
I know.
And if you notice this announcement, there's nothing attached to it. There's no talent in any way whatsoever. It's in development.
Yep.
This is just something to like make stockholders happy.
Yeah.
It's never coming out. Because what is it? It's a series that doesn't have any characters, that all of its style is just ripped from a famous film. So there's no, like, it has a narrative of the overall war thing, but it doesn't have like a story that we're caring about or anything.
No,
like, it
they'd
could
have to
do
put
it.
one in.
It feels like trying to do like a Destiny movie, but but the main character is your guardian, and you're supposed to like care about that.
Yeah, it's like they need a personality. The only thing that like I would like, and it would work better as shorts or something, is just that the cast is just constantly being replaced, but they stay as the same characters.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you make it
Immediately
as
murdered.
A-lister as possible, because it's just like, oh yeah, just dead, dead, and they just keep the same number or name or whatever. It's just
And
like,
the
hey,
only person that survives from episode to episode is Sean Bean.
that would be a nice twist.
That would be nice.
Okay.
Every
He
other
deserves
character
it.
just constantly re-dying, respawning.
He deserves to survive
Yep.
for the duration.
Were you waiting for Mighty Number 9 on your PS Vita?
I was.
Or 3DS?
I was. Paul, what's going on?
They've been cancelled.
No!
Oh, no.
But I've been waiting for it for 12 years.
Well, now you can wait a little bit longer. Toby Fox has announced that the final chapters of Deltarune, I think it's only those two, and I don't think there's a fifth, should be out this year, which is, of course, the follow-up to...
Deltarune Chapter 1 and 2.
Well, I mean... Yeah, okay, yeah, that's technically correct, the best kind of correct. And Notch has said he's going to work on a traditional roguelike as a spiritual successor to Minecraft. And
Isn't
I
he
have...
banned from doing anything Minecraft related?
Well, I mean, it says you can do anything
It's a
spiritually successful.
spiritual
what it wants.
successor.
I mean, it's also just Notch. The last thing I played from him was like a game where you were a horse, but you were a ball and you rolled around on a height map. He's, he lucked out really well with what he did.
He certainly did. But, I hope he's having fun, I guess.
And just in upcoming releases, January 13th should bring us Airborne Empire coming to PC. 14th should bring us Threefold Recital coming to PC. Aloft coming to PC Early Access on the 16th, along with Blade Chimera. I can't speak. Chimera.
Blade Chimera.
Yes, Blade Chimera. I think my lips are too dry and my teeth stuck to my mouth as I tried to open them, and it made me not be able to talk. Coming to PC and Switch. And Donkey Kong Country Returns! HD is coming to Switch.
Just the Switch, not the Switch 2.
I'm pretty
yet.
keen for that.
There is no banana controllers for the Switch 1 as yet.
Not yet. Was there... What banana control... What banana controller?
Well, it's the rumor for Switch 2 that you have banana controllers.
Oh. Well, that would be good. I can bring back the Donkey Konga bongos. And that's all this week in gaming news!
Woo!
And now it's time for...
No.
Push, kick, push, kick, push, kick. Kick them out the window!
Push, kick, push, kick.
Okay, before I get into my review, we have to have a little bit of a diversion here. This is a very short story about why I can never like Destiny. So when Destiny was first coming out, a little clip from the game hit the internet and it drove us all wild.
That wizard came from the moon.
Now, as Peter Dinklage read that line, lots of people laughed, but I, as a man of refined taste, was very excited for this game where I now imagined there were big floppy-hatted wizards that come from the moon and cast magical spells at you.
Alas, it was not that.
I know.
Some bug alien.
I'm
whatever.
so sorry.
It was so mundane to what I wanted. I love a big floppy-hatted wizard. And that, of course, brings us to the game Tactical Breach Wizards by designer Tom Francis and his company Suspicious Developments. Tom Francis is a relatively well-known indie developer doing Gunpoint and Heat Signature. And he is most known for kicking people out of windows or defenestration. All of his games have a lot of kicking people out of windows. So this game is exactly what it sounds like. It is a tactical game where you are wizards. And they haven't half-assed it. They've said no. Floppy hats are indeed. You need a broom to ride on? Yes, of course.
How floppy are the hats?
Pretty floppy. And you are, of course, do you start in the Navy? Anyway, you are a professional SEAL team in XCOM style tactical engagements.
Okay.
Okay. No, I'm here. I'm listening. I'm on board.
So
I've stepped
I
do
board. Love the XCOM style tactical engagement part. Yep.
So your base character has the ability to see briefly into the future.
Okay.
Which puts it in the realm of like a not faster than light, into the breach, where you can see what's going to happen next turn.
Right.
So you go in with your wizards, you cast your spells, move around and everything, and then you can see what the results are. Nah, I don't like that. Reverse, and do it all again until you're happy with the results.
Yeah.
So
Best
it
outcome.
makes it a bit more of a puzzle game. And it's really, really satisfying getting through. But then, as the game starts, they sort of teach you how to kick people out of windows first.
Okay.
Of course.
You have some basic powers, just basically just hit people with a spell.
Magic missile.
But then they don't forget that you're wizards. So they just start adding in whatever. Things that just wouldn't normally exist. For instance, you will have a medic, and that medic has no ability to heal people.
Oh.
Okay.
What they can do is raise the recently deceased.
Right.
So they heal you by shooting you in the head with a revolver.
Okay.
And then you just pop back up. So sometimes you're looking worse for wear, Peter. I'm just going to walk over there and shoot you in the head.
I mean, all my limbs are off and bleeding out.
You're at full health now.
Yep.
Weirdly, you don't kill enemies in the game. You just stun them, or even if you kick them out of the window, they do like a slow fall spell on them. But your team will kill each other for various reasons.
So there's friendly fire, but no enemy fire.
Yeah, kind of. It's mostly just that. But also each turn is like, okay, you've got your move and you've got an action to take. But also a lot of these spells are just based on mana, which you can pick up in the level as well. So you'll be doing, with each character, 5, 7, 10 actions. Then someone else casts a spell on them to reset their action points or anything.
Right.
It is very common to be able to clear a large room without the enemy ever having a turn.
Okay.
And to encourage this kind of play, you have quite a broad set of tools, but also there's just little challenges on each level for each character individually.
Mm-hmm.
And that grants them a confidence point.
Ooh.
And
Can I get a confidence point?
between
love one
missions,
as well.
if you're confident enough, you can put on a more dazzling outfit. Because you already have all the outfits. Like, you already own all of them.
You have to be confident enough to wear them.
So it's a reason to go back
Genius.
through. And also, if you are finding it more difficult, you don't have to go for those sort of bonuses. It's no big deal. It's like, oh, you can't beat the whole level in one turn? That's fine. You can still beat the level.
Yeah.
You're just not as confident afterwards. So it's very funny. I love the writing. I immediately fell in love with the characters as it starts off. But also, they understand that not everyone will or like the writing or just doesn't care about story. So everything can be skipped.
Okay.
Including a bunch of the conversations. You have to select to start them. They're like, look, if you don't care, just don't even go to the screen. It's fine. Just get to the game. Because the tactics is really good and really varied. And those challenges also get you to mix up your tactics. Because they'll be like, hey, here's your new power. You should probably actually use it and work out how to do it.
Yeah.
And also just making you vary up your strategy. So I've not really had to repeat much of what I do in the game. Because even your base characters will just kind of like remember that they could do other things. Like, oh, I forgot. I forgot I could do this. So you're constantly expanding your arsenal. So you get a lot of abilities, a lot of weird abilities that are not like any other tactics game because they're all both funny and magical spells, so they can do anything really. And so you get a really varied game. It's not in any way a roguelike or anything randomized. It is set levels. It is a campaign you play through. The story is actually compelling and good.
Yep.
You play through mission to mission. There are some optional side things, which are like you do missions in your dreams and stuff like that.
Ooh.
And you've got all those extra challenges to put on your fanciest outfits. And then the game finishes and you've had a lovely time. And I had a really lovely time. This is one of those games that I'm catching up with from last year. And because I haven't actually finalized what my top games last year were, because I'm still playing them, it's be pretty high up there. It's
just a good experience, and it was good to finish.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, as I say, I really, really like the characters. Really good writing. It's really good tactics, and it's not like other tactics, other than, I guess, his earlier games where you can kick people out of windows.
Which you can still do.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. One of the early lines of dialogue I quite like is, you can't kick all your problems through windows.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, well, the response is like, yes, but I'd like to try kicking this one through a window. They lean into it. They're having a good time.
I would have thought the response would have been something like, "There's not enough windows in the world."
It's not like the Marvel snippiness. Because I suppose they're a British team, so they're a bit more like
a little bit dry
with it. And you can put, and the whole thing. While I keep saying it's funny, the whole thing is played straight. It's just like, no, this is a world
This is
where
serious.
magic exists.
Yep.
And if you had magic, being in a military position makes sense.
Yep.
And you're not on a team, so when you have to go to the safe house is your mum's house. But played straight.
Beautiful.
Yeah. I really, really recommend Tactical Breach Wizards. It's only a PC game at the moment. I played it on Steam Deck, so they've actually done the work to get console controls working.
Nice.
So don't know if they are or not, but it certainly would work on a console format. And that brings us to the end of Tactical Breach Wizards.
Breach Wizards. Windows. Kick.
Adabra Cadabra.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's the pew pew.
Unfortunately, you have to mean it for it to actually work.
Yeah, I don't have that kind of commitment.
You have no confidence point.
If only I could murder someone to get my confidence up, I'd be a better assassin. And now it's that time again. You know what it's time for?
Oh, another one.
That wizard came from the moon.
Yeah, that could be good.
That really came from it.
I'm gonna keep that in our library. I like it.
Yeah. Keep that in there. We're gonna need that. Feel free to sprinkle that throughout the review.
So you've got a review for us
I certainly do.
in a mostly functional voice.
In a mostly functional voice, I will do my absolute best. But look, if my voice just changes, don't worry. Don't worry about it. I'm going to be reviewing Another Shadow, which is a mobile game developed by Dark Dome. Don't you hate it when your husband gets dragged into a dark portal that opened up under your bed?
I
know.
I mean, just
and
every
now
second
he's
day.
in the other super haunted house, which is identical to your moderately haunted house, but it's super haunted. And on
Super.
top of that, you two need to work together to solve a series of puzzles without even knowing if the other one is alive.
Every time you say haunted, the way you start that word makes me think it's going to end horny. And I'm like, what is this game?
Moderately haunted house, super horny house. Got it.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway, let me tell you about Another Shadow. It is the sixth game in a series based in Hidden Town, aptly named, made up of escape room style puzzle games with some dark and mysterious energies going on. If you don't know about the other games, don't worry, you don't need to play them to get this one. But if you do like this one, you're probably going to like the other games in Hidden Town. In Another Shadow, you play as a couple who have been split up between two worlds. Let's call one super haunted and the other regular haunted. They can't communicate with each other, not directly, but their actions in each world does affect the other. And it's this collaboration that will get you through this situation that you found yourself in. There are a series of puzzles and hidden objects you need to find, uncover, and solve, and often steps of the solution are broken up between both worlds, meaning you need to switch between characters so you can continue the solution. There are a lot of puzzles, and quite a lot of variety in all sorts of iterations. Some puzzles are pretty straightforward, putting items in a specific order or finding a key hidden somewhere. A lot of puzzles are quite challenging, requiring you to investigate multiple rooms in the house, in both versions of the house, piecing together abstract symbols, finding clues that will literally point you in the right direction. One such solution made me think I had just burnt the house down with my wife in it. A lot of the puzzles and solutions are revealed in the characters, or more accurately, their story. There's tons of subtle and obvious environmental cues, a bit of storytelling that tells you something about the characters and what's important to them. It means you need to be pretty observant, and having a notepad nearby is not a bad idea, so you can write down all those symbols you come across, note potential clues in case they become relevant, and they often end up being relevant sooner than later. If you do get stuck on a puzzle, don't fret. There are walkthroughs online, however, the puzzle solutions actually change from game to game, so you can't rely on walkthroughs to give you the solution. There are in-game hints that you'll need to watch an ad to unlock, which will give you increasingly more detailed hints if you need to. Sometimes I just needed that first hint to point me in the right direction. Once I needed the full solution, and I did appreciate that the game gave me a few hints before revealing the actual solution to me. It does give you the opportunity to reveal the final solution. So if you're just actually stuck, you can just kind of pop on through, watch a couple of ads, and you get the actual solution.
Can I kill these ads?
Yes. By purchasing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm more than willing to purchase games to get rid of that sort of stuff.
No, it is an option.
My generation can't abide it. We feel like, you want me to watch an advertisement? How about you die?
Yeah. And these ads are
without watching
these ads are 30 seconds long before you can press the skip button, so it's a little...
That's enough time to look up the walkthrough online.
Pretty much. But I did appreciate that it sort of gave me like some increasingly detailed hints before revealing the solution, so I kind of had a chance to I get it now.
I prefer a good in-game hint system that you can't accidentally spoil. And sometimes I need a nudge. Sometimes like, did you look at this?
Yeah. Sometimes I'm just like,
or not even realizing two pieces of information are supposed to relate, and when you get that, you're like, oh, I can work it out now. Stop.
And it is kind of like, that was something that I did struggle a little bit with, switching between the two worlds. Like I'll be like wandering around the house, I'm like, where's the other half of this hint? It's in the other house with the super haunted ghosts.
Every time.
And there are in-game ads that'll break up sections of the game, and they have ruined some nice moments in the game, but these sort of ads weren't super often, so they weren't too disruptive.
What was the best ad?
The best ad was probably the one about a game that doesn't exist.
That's all of them, isn't it? I'm subscribed to Reddit's about that exclusive content.
Oh, I actually kind of wish that those games were what they advertise, because what they advertise sounds interesting.
Yeah, there's at least a few entries in a game which is like, this is that game you saw which is just a collection of mini games based on all of the fake games.
But yeah, so Another Shadow is a great escape room style game with its own story. It has a bit of a plot and a small cast of characters who play different roles in this story. It is a spooky game with spooky figures like the scary shadow man who looms in the corner and the weird beast guarding the attic. It built a good atmosphere where, even though I'm on a roll with solving puzzles, flying from room to room, there are moments that made me pause, just sort of made me hesitate. There weren't any jump scares or anything like that. Nothing really went but it is, yeah, those are my least favorite jump scares.
When a skeleton jumps out and goes, rah, rah.
I have vocal cords.
But it is eerie. It is eerie. I don't...
Big ears?
Yeah. I don't really pay much attention to music for mobile games because I'm often playing them on buses and I need to be able to hear what is happening around me. But I would recommend it for this game because it does contribute to the atmosphere. I wouldn't call this a type of game that you can just play on a busy commute. It's sort of, you need to sit down and get immersed and help build up that momentum with solving the puzzles, because when the story is fresh in your mind and the most recent clues are fresh in your mind, it becomes a little bit easier. And it has a 2D art style with some cutscenes breaking up gameplay. Overall, quite unified. So if you like scary puzzle games that'll make you jump all over the place, Another Shadow might be worth a try. Developed by Dark Dome, available on Android.
So when I looked it up beforehand, I was like, is this a new Rusty Lakes game?
It has that vibe.
Yeah, so would you choose, because I haven't played it, would you say it is Rusty Lakes like?
I would say that if you enjoyed Rusty Lakes, you would enjoy this. It's similar vibe, similar sort of atmosphere, different style because like the
ads are more terrifying.
Yes, the ads are the scariest part.
The ads are the jump scares.
Okay,
they really are, actually.
Let's take it out.
That wizard came from the moon.
Accurate.
Beautiful. Oh, I'm getting really radio effects. We don't do that around here.
Radio?
This is the Zed Games. I'm here's Paul, and joining me these two. Zahra, Peter, whatever.
Hello.
Yeah,
almost. Come down to Footer for $5 cold hard cash. Yeah. Do they still have those Black Thunders? They were really big when I was like 8.
That was like a million years
ago.
That
was a million years ago. So they probably have like new ones now.
Black Thunder, run by thunder.
Yes, we are just running in, but we have a little bit of housekeeping to fill in. So we have We have a global game jam coming up soon.
That we do.
Yep. Taking place on the weekend of January 24th to January 26th. It is not too late to sign up, so just give it a whirl. It's a ton of fun. If you think you know how to make a game, sign up.
At least components of it and stuff as well.
Yeah. And I do believe that there are teams forming up literally right before the event starting. So there's some strays coming along who will be looking for
normally
a group to join.
Normally if you do not have a team or anything, you can go there and meet people to join up with them at the actual event, which is good because it can be good networking that way.
Yeah, but you will need to sign up. So if you head over to the International Game Developers Association Brisbane edition, there'll be loads of information about the Brisbane Global Game Jam site for 2025. So face-to-face participation fee is $26, while virtual is $7. And I believe that there will be
recommend going
pizza.
to the physical.
Yes, absolutely. Very special experience. I did a 48-hour game-making challenge way back when. Almost didn't sleep, and all my joints felt so bad afterwards. But it really taught us so many lessons.
Yeah.
So many lessons.
Scope, speed, what can we use that already exists? What do we have to make?
How important backing up things are.
Yep.
Yeah, I've never...
Source control.
Do as I say, not as I do.
Yes.
That's that. Yes. Thank you. When was that again?
That is taking place on January 24th to January 26th. So make sure that you check out the Brisbane International Game Developers Association for more information.
And also, actually, just on January 23rd, there's an event at Echo and Bounce being put on by Squiggly River, which is play space, interactive art and experimental games. So if you look up Squiggly River or Play Space, any of that, you can find the details there at 6 p.m.
Squiggly River is a great collective, tons of fun, definitely worth checking out.
Okay, that brings us to the end of this episode. So if everyone can say their byes.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Zed Games. If you'd like to listen to more, you can find us on the Community Radio Plus app.
Or find us on socials at ZED Games AU.
See you next time.